Right. F from Z to Z is defined by f of x equals to 2x plus 3 for all x belongs to Z is 1 function. I am saying how to prove whether it is 1 or not. Using theoretical definition, I am going to show this is 1. See how to start. First, you have to select two elements in the domain and you have to assume that their images are equal. See, solution. Let two elements I am taking from the domain here. x1 comma x2 belongs to Z. Here Z is domain. We are selecting two elements from the domain and we are assuming that f of x1 equals to f of x2. Here f of a1 equals to f of a2. Now I am taking f of x1 equals to f of. We have to assume as images are equal. Then we have to show elements also equal. What is f of x1? Here already f of x given definition. F of x1 means substitute x plus x1, x1. F of x1 means 2x1 plus 3. F of x2 means here substitute x plus x2. 2x2 plus 3. X plus x1, x plus x2. F of x2, 2x2 plus 3. Here observe this, 3 gets cancelled. That implies 2x1 equals to 2x2. And now 2 cancel, that implies x1 equals to x2 I am getting. How to start here? First, we are selecting two different elements in the domain and assuming that their images are equal, that implies elements are equal. Indirectly, what is this? A1, A2 belongs to A, images are equal and implies A1 equal to A2 means then f is what type of function? That implies f from Z to Z is 1 function. This is the way. So observe another example I am writing here. See, f from Z to Z or R to R example. I am taking another example. Real number set f from R to R is defined as f of x equals to x square for all x belongs to R. Is it 1 or not? We have to check. F of x equal to x square, f from R to R. R means real number set, domain, codomain. You have to verify whether it is 1 or not. Clearly, using example, you can show this is 1 or not. I am taking some of the real numbers. For example, 1 comma minus 1, two real numbers I am taking. Let 1 comma minus 1 belongs to R, you know. F of 1 means, that implies f of 1 equals to 1 square, that is 1. And f of 2 minus 1 equals to minus 1 whole square is 1. Elements are different, 1 comma minus 1, but both are having same image. See, R is a real number set. Only just I am taking so on, minus 1, 1 and so on. So here minus 1, so on, 0, 1, so on like this. Real number set this is. See, image of minus 1 is 1. Image of plus 1 also 1. Minus 1 comma plus 1, both are different values, but both are different elements, both are having same image 1. That's why f is not a 1 function. It is even function, even degree here. So therefore, here both elements 1 minus 1 are different. F is not 1 function. Why? The cause is both the elements minus 1 and 1, both the elements are having same image. Okay? That's why f is not 1 function. 1 means different elements must have different images. Here both elements having same image 1 because plus 1, 1 square is 1, minus 1 whole square also 1. Both the images are equal. That's why f is not a 1 function. We can show the function like this. Using example also we can identify whether the function is 1 or not. Otherwise, theoretically, how to show this function is not 1 function. Theoretically. See how to show once again. I am writing this method. First we have to select R, alternate method for this R, this example. How to show whether it is 1 1 or not means we have to select two elements from the domain. Let, this is the domain, let x1 comma x2 belongs to R, R is a domain, and we are assuming that f of x1 equals to f of x2. F of x1 means what? F of x1 means x1 square. F of x2 means x2 square. X square, x1 square, x2 square. That implies x1 equal to plus or minus x2, not only plus x2. Here whole square is there. x1 equal to not only x2, I am getting x1 equal to minus x2 also. x1 equal to plus x2 or x1 equal to minus x2 means images are equal but elements are not same exactly. Sometimes x1 equal to x2, sometimes x1 equal to minus x2. But you should get only x1 equal to x2. But here we are getting x1 equal to plus or minus x2. That's why, therefore, f is not 1 1 function. This is the method. Images are equal we are taking. That implies I am getting, actually we should get elements are equal, but elements are here not same. x1 equal to x2 or x1 equal to minus x2. That's why f is not 1 1 function. Theoretically this is the method. This is here example, using example how to show whether it is not 1 1 or not. Okay na? So these are the example for 1 1 to make. Next, note number 6. Right? Note 6. If f from A to B is not 1 1, then f is called, if the given function is not 1 1, then f is called many one function. Many one function. Otherwise, f is 1 1 for example, otherwise the function name is many one function. Whenever the function is not 1 1, we can say it is called many one function. F is not 1 1 means, f is not 1 1 means the function is known as many one, many one. Number of many one functions I am writing next note, note 7. How to find number of many one functions? Number of many one functions from A to B. F from A to B is a many one function. For example, number of many one function means number of A equals to m, comma, number of B equals to n. Then number of many one functions from A to B equals to, actually what about the definition many one means? If it is not 1 1, total number of functions minus 1 1 functions. Total number of functions formula you know, total number of functions minus number of 1 1 functions. Why? Just subtracting 1 1 functions. Why? Many one function means it is not 1 1. That's why if you subtract number of 1 1 functions from total number of functions, you will get number of many one functions. You know the formula for number of functions, total number of functions formula is number of b power number of a minus number of 1 functions I gave in the previous note, number of bp number of a. Or we can write like this, number of b is here n power m minus npm. P is permutation. This is for 1 function formula. This is total number. How to find number of many one function is using this. Why? Any function is not 1 directly, that is many one function. How to find number of many one? Total number of functions minus 1 function. If you subtract 1 function, total number of functions here, this is many one functions. If you subtract total 1 functions from total functions, if you get like number of many one functions. Remember, this is formula for number of many one functions. Next, I am going to write note 8. One more method is there to prove 1 or not using graphical method. That method is known as graphical method. How to show the given function is whether it is 1 or not using graphical method also. That method is also known as horizontal test. Note 8. Horizontal test. See, if horizontal test, if a line parallel to x-axis horizontal line, if any line parallel to x-axis meets the graph of the given function f in at most 1 point, then the function is 1 function. If a line parallel to x-axis meets the graph of f of x, given function, graph of f of x in at most 1 point, 1 and only 1 point, at most 1 point, then clearly f is 1 function or injective function. This is one of the method to show the given function whether it is 1 or not. See, horizontal test means, for example, see, observe the diagram, you can understand. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is origin. I am drawing the graph like this. This is the graph of y equal to f of x, given function. Draw horizontal line, means parallel to the line x-axis. I am going to draw one of the line which is parallel to x-axis, C, which meets the graph here, only 1 point, exactly 1 point. At most, maximum number of point only 1. Then this function is known as 1 function, we can say. This is one of the method. This method is known as horizontal test. For example, graph is in this model. For example, you can understand now. For example, y equal to x square I am taking like parabola. Graph is sometimes graph of y equal to x square. For example, this is y equal to x square I am taking. Or otherwise, actually we have to draw a graph like this. Graph of y equal to x square means in this model. This is the graph of y equal to x square. Parabola, x-axis, y-axis. How to show whether it is 1 or not using graphical method? Draw horizontal line. Draw horizontal line means a line parallel to x-axis, which meets the graph at only 1 point. See, which meets the graph at only, not only 1 point here, 2 points. Our definition must be exactly 1, but here it meets 2 points. That's why 1 function test failure. horizontal test fail. Why? A line parallel to x-axis if you draw, the graph meets x-axis. The line meets the graph at 2 points. That's why it is not 1, 1. If any function is not 1, 1, we can say it as a many 1 also. So that's why it is many 1 function. But it is not, f is not here. Y equal to f of x means here y equal to f of x, that means x square is not 1, 1 function. In the previous example we have taken this one. Already we have proved this one. Y equal to x square from R to R is not 1, 1. According to graph this is. Theoretically the proof is over, but according to graph this test is known as horizontal test. Next, one more formula to prove the given function is 1, 1 or not. Note number 9. Strictly increasing functions. Strictly increasing functions. Strictly decreasing, strictly increasing. Functions are always 1, 1 functions. Actually, this method is useful after completing the calculus. We can show what type of functions are increasing functions, what type of functions are decreasing functions. Okay, so till now we have to just write the formula. Strictly increasing functions and strictly decreasing functions are always strictly increasing functions and strictly decreasing functions. Strictly decreasing functions are this is note number 9 here, listen. Strictly increasing functions and strictly decreasing functions. How to show whether it is increasing and decreasing we will discuss in calculus chapter. So using the graph you can understand strictly increasing function means. See, once again I am drawing here like this. One of the graph I am writing here, y equal to f of x. Clearly this is the graph is always increasing. For example, if you draw like this is not a strictly increasing. First increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. This form is not strictly increasing. This is strictly, actually it is increasing, but it is not strictly increasing. But it is always increasing. In every regular interval, it is increasing. That's why this is called strictly increasing function. Strictly increasing functions are always 1, 1 functions. Why? This using horizontal test also you can show. If you draw the graph parallel to x-axis, line if you draw, it is parallel to x-axis. This means the graph at only 1 point, at most 1 point. That's why f is 1, 1. Otherwise, another way, strictly increasing functions are why? Because if you take here x1, this is element x1. Corresponding image is f of x1. If you draw like this is x2. The image is f of x2. Elements are different, images also different. x1, x2, x3 and so on, domain. So these are range elements, f of x1, f of x2 like this. Y equal to f of x. Image of x1 is f of x1. Image of x2 is f of x2. Substitute x equal to x1, you will get y coordinate. Y coordinates along with y axis. X coordinates along with x axis. X equal to x1, x2. Y equal to f of x1, f of x2. So elements are different. x1, x2 different positions. Images also different. They are different positions. Elements are different. Images are different. Therefore f is 1, 1 function. Are strictly increasing. Similarly, strictly decreasing functions also 1, 1 functions. Strictly decreasing like this, you can draw. Different elements, different. If you draw the horizontal test, using horizontal test also you can show. If you draw the line parallel to x-axis, which meets graph at only one point. This is the function y equal to f of x. This is strictly decreasing function, strictly increasing. Strictly increasing, strictly decreasing are always 1-1 functions. This is one of the another method to prove the given function is whether it is 1-1 or not. Horizontal test or otherwise this is. Next, last note number 10. Note number 10. All periodic functions, you know, all periodic functions are not 1-1 functions. All periodic functions are not 1-1. If the function is not 1-1, they are called many-one functions. That is many-one functions. That means periodic functions are many-one functions, not 1-1. Periodic means, for example, if you draw the graph of sin x, you know, all trigonometric functions are periodic functions. Means the graph is repeating in the regular interval. All trigonometric functions are periodic. Example, sin x, if you draw the graph of sin x. I am taking sin x graph, y equal to sin x. See, graph of sin x we are drawing here. This always passes through origin, you know, graph of sin x like this. You can extend like this. Use the horizontal line test. Draw the graph. Draw the line parallel to x-axis. You observe this here. So which means more than 1 point. That's why it is not y equal to sin x is not 1-1 function. Okay. Here function f, I am writing f from R to range is always -1 to 1. Graph of the sin x range, you know, -1 to 1. Codomain range I am saying here. Okay. So f is not 1-1. All trigonometric functions are all periodic functions. Periodic functions means they are repeating in the regular interval. For example, if you draw the tan x, graph of tan x, in the regular interval it is repeated. Graph is same graph repeated, 0, this is pi. So if you draw the horizontal line, it meets the graph at 2 distinct points. It's not fixed here, it is always repeating. Therefore, this function is called periodic. Same graph repeating in the interval pi length. 0 to pi is length pi. In the pi length, the graph is repeating like this. So, this is periodic function, but it is not 1-1 function because horizontal line test failed. Okay, these are the notes in the 1-1 functions. Total, if it is f from a to b is 1-1 function, means all these are 10 notes important. Okay.